Day 637 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 2231, largest number after digit swaps by parity. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. You are given a positive integer num. You may swap any two digits of num that have the same parity, i.e. both odd digits or both even digits. Return the largest possible value of num after any number of swaps. All right, y'all, so that sounds simple at first, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So in our example 1, our input num equals an integer 1234. What we want to do is we want to swap these numbers around so that after the swap we have the largest possible number. Now, the catch is we can only swap odd numbers with odd numbers, and we can only swap even numbers with even numbers. So our output became 3,412, right? So we swap this odd number with this odd number and this even number with this even number. Now let's take a look at the explanation. It says swap the digit 3 with the digit 1. This results in the array 321, or excuse me, in the number 3214. So let's just start up here and do and go as we go along. So we're going to swap 3 with 1. Boom. So that becomes a 1. That becomes a 3. Now we have 3,214. Boom. Then it says we're going to swap the digit 2 with the digit 4. This results in number 3,412. So we're going to swap this 4. So that becomes a 2. This becomes a 4, right? Because remember, we want the largest number that we can create. So that means largest digits first. That's why the 3 and 4 come first. It says, note that there may be other sequences of swaps, but it can be shown that 3,412 is the largest possible number. Also note that we may not swap the digit 4 with the digit 1 since they are different parities, right? So as I was saying earlier, we want the largest numbers first, right? So you may think, why don't we just swap this 4 with this 1? We can't swap this 4 with this 1 because 4 is even and odd is 1. We can only swap even numbers with even numbers and odd numbers with odd numbers. So that's why this 3 comes before the 4, because we swap this 3 with the 1, and those are both odd numbers. And then they swap this 4 with the 2, because those are both even numbers. Now, just in case that didn't make sense, y'all, let's take a look at example 2. Once again, I'm going to copy and paste this over here so we can go through it as we go along. So in example 2, our input num equals an integer 65,875. The output is 87,655. Explanation says swap the digit 8 with the digit 6. This results in number 85,675. So first we're going to swap this 8, which is even number, with the 6. So that becomes 6 and that becomes 8. Those were both even numbers, so that's a valid swap. Boom. Then we're going to swap the first digit 5 with the digit 7. This results in the number 87,655. So boom, once again, we're going to swap this 7 with the 5, so that becomes 5. This becomes 7. Boom. Then it says, note that there may be other sequences of swaps, but it can be shown that 87,655 is the largest possible number. Well, we have 87,655. Boom, that's the largest possible number once again. So now that we understand the question, y'all, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. Solution is not that difficult at all. Now, first thing we want to do is we're going to convert the integer into an array of its digits. So we're just going to come right here. We're going to declare a variable called new array. Set that equal to string, open up the parentheses num, come outside of that, period, dot compact map, open up the brackets, that's going to be an integer, open up the parentheses, string, open up some more parentheses, pass in $0. Boom. Then we're going to extract all even digits and sort them in ascending order. So we'll come underneath this, declare a variable called even, set that equal to new array dot filter. Then we're going to open up the brackets, $0 mod 2 equal 0. Come outside of that, dot sorted. Sorry, I don't know what just happened. Come outside of that, dot sorted, put the parentheses. Boom, once again, this is going to extract all the even digits. Boom, so this right here is what we're going to check to make sure that the digit is even, right? So this is going to check each digit. This $0 just represents each digit, right? So one digit at a time it's going to go through. Boom, then it's going to divide that digit by, sorry y'all, then it's going to divide that digit by 2. And when we divide it by 2, we want the remainder to be 0. That's what this mod does. This right here checks the remainder after the division. So after we divide that number by 2, if the remainder is 0, that means it's even. Boom. Now we're going to extract all the odd numbers. So we're going to declare a variable called odd, set that equal to new array dot filter, open up the brackets. We're going to say $0 mod 2. This time we're going to say does not equal 0, so exclamation point equals 0, and that's going to get us the odd, and we're going to say dot sorted, put the parentheses. Boom. Then we're going to iterate through the original digit position. So we're going to say for I in 0 dot less than new array dot count. We'll open up the brackets, and if the original digit at index I is even, we're going to check that by saying if new array square bracket I, come outside of that, mod 2 equal 0, meaning it's even, then we're going to replace it with the largest remaining even digit by saying new array square bracket I, come outside of that, equals even dot last, and put the exclamation point. Then we're going to come underneath that, and we're going to say even dot remove last. Boom, just like that, put the parentheses. Then we need to check if it's odd, then we can say else. We could open up the brackets, and we need to replace it with the largest remaining odd digit. So we're going to say new array square bracket I. We're going to set that equal to odd dot last, exclamation point. Then we'll say odd dot remove last, put the put the parentheses. Then we're going to reconstruct the integer from the modified digit array by coming right here outside of the for loop. We're going to say let int value equal new array dot reduce, open up the parentheses 0, comma, open up the brackets, $0 times 10 plus $1. Boom, just like that. And then we need to return the final largest possible integer by coming underneath this, and we can say return int value. Boom, just like that, y'all. So let's go ahead and give this a run. Make sure it runs properly before we submit it. Okay, let's see. Cannot find odd and scope. So this should be a ODD, not OOD. Now let's run it. See if that did the trick. Let's see, it's accepted. So let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. And look at that, y'all. 3 milliseconds beats -% of users. Not bad, not too bad. So with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.